A very good morning, students. In our previous video, we have completed all the concepts related with this singly linked list, isn't it? So we initially we started with only the concepts of linked lists. Then we have seen the differences between arrays and linked lists. That is nothing but what advantages we are going to have and what drawbacks we are going to have if we go for linked lists that we have seen. Then we discussed the types of linked lists, that is singly linked lists and doubly linked lists. So mostly we are talking, we have discussed so far about singly linked lists only. We have seen the simple implementation with three simple nodes. Then we have seen how we can do the traversal on those three nodes of singly linked list. Then we have seen the insertion operation, how we can perform insertion of a new node into an existing singly linked list. In different scenarios we have discussed, like inserting a new node at the first location, inserting a new node at the end location, and inserting a new node somewhere in the middle. So after this we discussed the search operation. Searching is nothing but searching for a particular key, the existence of a particular key into the singly linked list, that we have seen. And later in my uh, last video only we have seen how we can perform the delete operation, how we can delete a particular node or deleting the entire singly linked list, that we have seen in my last video. And I have also shown, whatever concepts we have discussed, for every concept, the suitable coding also we have seen. How we can do the implementation of that code. Yeah, practically I have shown you with output as well. So you have to be thorough, you have to be prepared for this entire concept, singly linked list concept. Okay? Then yeah, today we will see the application of this singly linked list when we go for stacks and queues. How we can implement a stack using singly linked list, and how we can implement a queue using singly linked list. In our second unit, we have seen the implementation of stack and queue with the help of arrays, isn't it? We have taken a simple array, and with the help of that array, we have implemented the stack and we have implemented the queue. But over here in this third unit, we see with the help of singly linked list how we can do the implementation of a stack and how we can do the implementation of a queue. Okay, so quickly I will go there and I will start explaining that concept. So deletion operation, after this deletion operation, and the time complexities also we have discussed for all the algorithms. You have to remember that one. Okay, whenever we are performing insertion, deletion in a singly linked list, how much time your algorithm is going to spend in order to do so, in order to do the insertion, or in order to do the search, in order to do the deletion, how much time the algorithm is going to spend. That timing is very, very important. You have to remember that. Okay, so in today's class we'll be seeing implementation of a stack using singly linked list. So when you uh, try to implement a stack, there are two ways. One is either with the help of arrays you can do, or with the help of linked lists you can do. So in today's video we see linked list concept. How we do the implementation of a stack using linked list. Stack we already know. All operations we perform in LIFO fashion, last in first out. Whatever element we are giving as an input to the stack as the last element, that we process first. That means that we pop first. So basically we perform two types of operations, push and pop on a stack. And we are going to have only one variable. That variable pointer we call it as top of the stack. And if you see the singly linked list, inside singly linked list is also we are going to have only one pointer, that is head of the stack, head of the linked list. So simply convert that head as your top of the stack and perform all the operations at that head only. Okay, don't go for insert at end or delete at end, insert in between or delete in between. Don't do those operations. So if you are good with that add at first as well as delete at first, these two operations only we are going to perform, isn't it? Added first is nothing but push operation, because we increment the head and we add the new node as the first node inside your singly linked list. So it is similar to your push operation inside the stack. Okay, so in place of head pointer, here we are going to have the top pointer. We call it as top because all operations inside a stack we are performing at top of the stack. So we call that head as top in your stack. Rest of the implementation is very simple. So if your top is null, then stack is empty. If your head is null, your linked list is empty. So here also, if your top is null, then your your stack is empty. So how we can check the emptiness of your stack means simply check what content the top pointer is holding. If your top of the stack is empty, we call it as the stack is empty case. Okay, stack is empty case. And if you try to perform a push operation, sorry, if you try to perform a pop operation when the stack is empty, we come across an underflow condition. We come across an underflow condition. And push operations, till what extent we can perform? Is there any limitation on the linked list that we can have only these many nodes inside the linked list? No, there is no such limitation. Okay, boundaries will have only in arrays. In linked list, we are not going to have such boundaries, such size limitation. So there is no full condition. There is no is full condition when you implement your stack using singly linked list. So there is no overflow. There is only possibility of underflow when the stack is empty. As your stack is not going to be full when you implement using linked list, there will be no is full condition and there is no overflow concept, stack overflow concept. You have to remember this thing. As your linked list nature is dynamic, it will increase dynamically, so there will be no fullness. Though there will be no fullness of your stack. Okay, so yeah, like your linked list, yeah, here you can read that one. Like your linked list, your stack is going to have a top pointer where your linked list is having a head pointer, isn't it? Your linked list will have head pointer, but your stack will have a top pointer. Rest of the things are all same. So yeah, we should avoid performing the operations in between of the singly linked list. First node have null in link field, and a second node will have first node's address, and the third node will have second node address. Likewise, we will implement. Okay, and the top is going to point, always the top is going to point the last node. That you have to remember, because we perform in LIFO fashion. So whatever node we have inserted as the last node, there only we perform the operation, there only we delete, there only we perform the pop operation. So that node we are going to remove as the first node. Last node which you have inserted, that node will be removed as the first node. Okay, so whatever node you are going to insert as the first node inside the linked list, that will become the last node. I will show you how. Okay, I will show you how. So simply go to this. So let us assume we have a empty stack. So what is the emptiness? Simply make the top pointer as null. So take this. So this I have to do with black. So take this pointer initially, as we said, stack is empty. So this top is going to have now no more head. We call it as top now. No more head. Okay. Top will become what? Null. Top is going to point null. The address will be null. Here, null, like this. So this is your empty stack because we don't have any nodes. We don't have any elements inside this stack. So this is the emptiness, empty stack condition. Empty stack. So how we can write the code for this one? How we can represent this emptiness? So we simply have to use this function. This function is not going to return anything. So the code will be, the return type will be void. So the same function I'm going to write inside your coding as well. So return type is void, and the function name is full. Sorry, not is full, is empty, because we are checking the emptiness. Is empty, and inside it what we are doing, if at all my top is equals to null, top is equals to null, or you can do the comparison and you can return the boolean value as well. Here you return the boolean value, basically boolean, and do the comparison like this: return top equals to full. That's it. Return top equals to null. So if this top equals to null, means if your stack is empty, this is empty function will return, because this condition will become true, so it will return true. If your condition is false, then it will return false. If this top is not null, that means if you have elements inside your stack, then top will not become null, then this condition will return false. So isEmpty function will return false and indicates the stack is not empty. But if your top is null, that means if you don't have any elements inside your stack, then this condition will become true, isn't it? This top will become true and your function will return boolean true value, and this isEmpty function indicates that your stack is what? Stack is empty. So in this way we write the code for emptiness of the stack. So next, after this what we do, suppose if you are inserting the first, you are performing the push operation. Okay, if you are performing the push operation, what we do, we simply create a new node. So that new node I am creating over here. That new node I am creating here. So new node, it will have two things, data part as well as pointer part. Inside the data part, we are going to store the actual data. So let us say I am pushing 10 now. So I have created a new node with 10. So immediately what we have to do, make the, as this is your first node, what we have to do, make the first node's next pointer as null. Make the first node's next pointer as null. Then what we have to do, if this is the first node, then only we have to make this as null. Okay, or else we can do like this, or else, yes, or else always try to make new node of next new, this way we can do. So this is your new node, right? So I'm giving the name as, so this null also you remove. So give the name as new node, new underscore node, new underscore node. This is my new node. So now what I have to do, whenever I am performing the push operation, so I am performing now push operation, push off 10, push off some 10 I am performing. So now I have to write the suitable code. So what I have to do, first of all, I have to create the new node. Then, what code I have to write means new node of data, new underscore node of data equals to 10. This 10 we have to assign. Then new node of next equals to this top. New node of next equals to top. Always do like this. Then what we have to do, top equals to new node. Top equals to new node. These 3 lines of code we have to write. New underscore node. And as there is no isFull condition, no need to check. Whenever you are performing the push operation, no need to check the fullness of your stack. Okay, no need to check the fullness of your stack. Simply you can perform the push operation on a stack when it is implemented using a singly linked list. So these 3 lines of code you have to write. So what it will do, see, new node of data equals to 10, isn't it? New node of data is equals to 10. So now that I have done, new node of data means this is your data part and this is your next pointer, isn't it? This is your data part and this is your next pointer, and data part already I filled up with this 10. So next what I have to do, new node of next equals to top. What is top holding? Top is holding null. So new node of next is equals to null. Make this as null. Make this as null. New node of next is equals to null. So make this as null. So next what I am doing, top equals to new node. So let us assume new node's address is 1001. New node's address is 1001. That 1001 I am storing into this top, isn't it? Storing into this top. So what will happen? This will be replaced with this 1001 address. This will be replaced with this 1001 address, and a link will be established from this top to the newly created node. Top to the newly created node, like this. So now my stack, it is holding one node, isn't it? My stack, it is holding one node. So let us suppose I am performing one more push operation, but this time I'm pushing what? Some 30 or 20 value. I'm pushing some 20. So again, what I have to do? New node of data is equals to 20 I have to do. I have to create a new node. So that I am creating now. A new node I am creating. Okay. This is my new node. Okay. With two partitions. So this is new node now. So this will not be new node anymore. This will not be new node anymore. If this you are making it as new node, so as you are giving the same identifier to this one, this will not be new node anymore. So now this will become new node, new underscore node, and this will have some different address, because every time as this 1001 already got allocated, so this will have some different address, some 2002, let us assume. Like this, it is having the address. So now new node of data is equals to some 20 we are saying. So that 20 will come and stand over here. 20 will come over here. Next, what we are saying, new node of next as what? Top, isn't it? New node of next as top we are saying. So what is new node of next? So this part equals to what we are saying, top. Top is holding 1001. So 1001 will come over here like this. 1001 will come over here. So now this new node is going to point 1001. Where is 1001? Here it is 1001. So a link will be established from here to here like this. Okay. Next is what? Make top as new node. What is new node? New node is 2002. So that 2002 will go and be saved inside this top. Okay. Inside this top, we will get 2002. 2002. So that storage, it will remove this link. Isn't it? It will remove this link. So delete that link. Like this, you delete that link. So immediately what we are doing, storing, when you store this 2002 inside top, a link will be established from here to here like this. So in this way, always the top is going to point the newly created node only. And the first node which you have inserted, that will become the last node of your stack. Because always the operations will be performed in LIFO fashion, last in, first out. So whatever inserted last, that will be removed first. So whatever inserted first, that will be removed last. Okay, last in, first out, or first in, last out. Both are the same things. Okay, so this is LIFO fashion. Insertion and deletion will be performed. So far we have seen two nodes insertions. If you insert more nodes, similar operations, similar actions will be performed. And deletion also same thing. From where we are going to delete the elements means from the top of the stack only. Wherever top is pointing, that node will remove. Okay, before removing, what we have to say? New node of next equals to top. You have to say this one. You have to take the temporary pointer to this location, and top equals to temporary node of next. Like that you have to say. So that top will go over here, then delete the temporary pointer. Like that, we pop all the elements from your stack. So what operations we are going to have, that we see. See, in using arrays, it will put a restriction to the maximum size capacity of the array, which can lead to a stack overflow. Here each node will be dynamically allocated, so no overflow. Overflow is not possible. You read these last two statements. There will be no overflow condition on stacks. This one and this one. Using arrays, there will be a restriction on the maximum capacity. So there will be a stack overflow. There will be a stack overflow. But if you don't use the what we call arrays, and if you use the linked list, there will be no stack overflow concept. There will be stack overflow is not possible simply. And all the memory will be allocated dynamically. All the memory will be allocated dynamically. Okay. The main advantage of using linked list over arrays is that it is possible to implement a stack that can shrink and grow as much as you need. There will not be any restriction on the size of the array. It can grow as much as you want, or it can shrink as much as you want. There will be no size restriction. Okay, that is the basic advantage of implementing a stack using linked list. So what operations we can perform? And already we made two operations as absolute. That is isFull and overflow. So remove those two. There will be no isFull function. Okay, there will be only isEmpty function. So push operation, what it will do, we know that one. It will basically inserts a new element at top of the stack. Okay, it will inserts a new element into the linked list at top of the stack. Okay, then what pop will do, it will remove a node, it will remove an element from top of the stack. Okay, from top of the stack. Then peek, what it will do, it will simply return. It will not remove, but it will simply return the top of the stack. What top element you have inside the stack, that element will be returned from with the help of this peek function. This isEmpty will check the emptiness of your stack and display. Here we are going to display also. So display will print all the elements inside your stack from top to bottom. All the elements in simply it will traverse, we can say. It will simply traverse from the top to the end of your singly linked list. So as you can see over here, just now I have shown you this complete implementation. So over here you can see, over here the top, it is null. If the top is null, that means you don't have any elements inside the stack. Okay, implementation of stack using linked list. Okay, linked list. So as you can see here, my top is null. My top is null, so I don't have any elements inside my stack. So when you push the first element with whose address is 5000, the address is very, very important. You have to note this address. Okay, with element value 10, that is nothing but we are performing the push operation with 11. So what it will do, it will take 11 as the key value and take some random memory address. We are considering that address as 5000, and the next pointer will become top. That is nothing but null only. And what we are doing with top, top as the newly created node. Top equals to the newly created node. So whatever address the newly created node is having, that address we are keeping inside top. So like this you will have. Like this you will have. This is after pushing 11. Push one more element, 22. Push one more element, 22. So that will come on top of the stack again. So whatever top is holding previously, that will be replaced with the newly created node, that is 4900. And the newly created node's next pointer will become the previously created node's address. Previously created nodes address. Previously created nodes address is 5000. That address we are keeping into the newly created nodes next pointer. So 5000 will come over here and the top will hold that newly created nodes address. So in that way, our pushing 33 will also increment the top like this. Then pushing 44 will increment the stack like this. So don't think this as the limitation. There will be no limitation. Okay, just to show the diagram neatly, I have taken this limitation, but there will be no limitation. Even after pushing 4, if you want to push 55, that 55 will come over here, 66 will come over here. Like this, there will be no limitation, there will be continuity. So after inserting 44, what I am doing, I am performing the pop operation. So first what I am doing, when you are performing the pop, you have to pop 44 only. Okay, so this pop will return 44 and this pop will return 33, this pop will return 22, this pop will return 11, and finally after popping 11 again my stack will become empty, so my top will become null. So in this way you have to remember all these operations. Okay, 4 elements I have pushed and then 4 elements I have popped. So it doesn't mean that you can push only 4 elements. Just to have the discussion, limited discussion, I have taken only 4 elements. As many elements you want to push into the stack, that many elements you can push, because you are implementing the stack using linked list and there will be no limitation on size. Okay, so this thing you have to remember. So the next thing, this graphical representation, it is very, very important. How the stack is growing, and how we are interchanging the addresses, that is also very, very important. You have to understand that one. So the next thing, we will see the program implementation. So first the isEmpty condition, I told you there will be only isEmpty condition, there will not be any isFull condition. So what we are doing, simply we are checking what content the top pointer is holding. If the top pointer is holding anything other than null, we consider it as stack not full case, stack not empty case. And if your stack's top pointer is holding null, that we are considering it as stack is empty case. Stack is empty. So that you have to remember. Simply you can write this one line of code, return top equals to null. That's it. Whenever this condition becomes true, this function will return true. If top is equals to null, this will return true. That means the stack is full. And if top is not equals to null, this will return false. That means stack is not empty. So that's it. So push operation, as I told you, there is no full condition, so no need to check any no need to guard your function with any kind of errors. Simply there will be no isFull condition, so no need to guard, no need to write isFull function, or no need to check whether my stack is full or not. So directly create the new node. Okay, after creating the new node, what we are doing, yeah, if yeah, if there are chances that heap memory, because we said whenever we are creating a new node, the memory will be allocated for from dynamic memory, that is nothing but heap. There are possibilities that your heap will also get filled, isn't it? Your heap will also get filled. So in order to restrain, in order to what we call guard, self guard that kind of memory allocation failure, it is not something that your stack overflow condition, it is heap overflow condition. It is not stack overflow, but it is heap overflow condition. Your computer memory itself got overflown, not because of stack but because of some other applications maybe. Okay, so it is completely memory management stuff. We don't focus much on that one, rather we will remember these things in simple words. So whatever condition I am checking over here, whatever overflow condition I am checking over here, this is not for the stack but for the memory allocation. You remember in that way. So whenever you are creating a new node, you are calling the constructor over here. You have to see this one. Okay, you are calling a constructor over here. When this constructor call will be failed, if your entire heap memory is filled, if your entire heap memory is full, at that point this node constructor call will get failed. Node constructor call will get failed. So at that point what we have to do, yeah, we have to safeguard. In that case what will happen, this new node will become null. This new node will become null if your node pointer, if your node constructor call is not going to return any memory. If your heap memory is full, then this node constructor call will not return any memory. Then this new node will point to null. This new node will become null. So if not null, that means if memory is allocated, then sorry, if not new node means if this new node is not holding null. Okay, so if this new node is not got allocated with any memory, then what we are saying, heap overflow. Heap overflow. If this new node is got allocated with some memory, then we are performing these operations. New node of data is equals to new node of next equals to top, as I said, then top equals to new node. These three steps you have to remember, and these three steps, you go to the beginning of the video and you can check. There also have written these three steps only. But this safeguarding of memory also you have to do. So this is your push operation. So when you perform the pop operation, obviously you have to safeguard your function with isEmpty, isn't it? Because there is a possibility that your stack is empty and at that point you are popping. Definitely what will happen, an underflow state will come. So simply what we have to do, how we can safeguard that condition means, if at all my stack is empty, don't perform any pop operation. So stack underflow and exit from here or return from here only. Then temporary pointer, make the temporary pointer as stop. If at all your stack is not empty, take one temporary pointer and make it as stop. Take one temporary pointer and make it as stop, and top equals to top of next, and delete the temporary pointer. Delete the temporary pointer. Like this you can pop the element from your stack. Then peeking, it is very simple. Simply whatever element you have at the top, that element data value you have to print. That node's data value you have to print. Top's data value you have to print. That's it. So before printing, again, whenever you are performing the peek operation, you have to safeguard your peek function with emptiness, because if you don't have any elements inside your stack, then how come you are going to perform the peek operation, isn't it? So again you have to safeguard your function with this isEmpty function, isEmpty. Okay, underflow condition. Okay, so next thing is display operation. Take one temporary pointer and check your stack is empty or not. If the stack is empty, print that message stack is empty. If the stack is not empty, print all the elements from your stack. That we will see again. So implementation, now I will go and I will implement the entire stack so that you can, using linked lists, so that you can see the, so that you can understand this. So quickly go and do this one. I'm going to the IDE and I'm taking a new file. Yeah, here write your header files, hash include IO stream. Okay, then using namespace std, yeah, spelling mistake, spacestd. Okay, then uh, take that class. Yeah, I'm writing the complete code once again. Okay, it is very simple program, small program, that's why I'm writing the complete code, and nowhere we are dependent on the existing thing, isn't it? In existing program, terminologies are different. The linked list representation, we are calling it as head pointer, but here we have to take it as top pointer, isn't it? Top point, we have to change the name from head to top, so that's why I'm writing the complete code once again. So node of, okay, my class name is node, and in that I'm keeping the elements public, that is uh, data part. Yeah, you can make it as template code as well. Simply in place of that int, you have to change to that template. It is very easy. So next is the pointer part, and that pointer is of type node only. Node star next. That's it. Node star next. So this is my class implementation. Now what I have to do, I have to take a head pointer, isn't it? So node star top, and initially make it as null. Initially make it as null. So now what I have to do, yeah, void perform the push operation. So whenever you are performing the push operation, you have to pass the data, isn't it? I will call that data as new data. Okay, new data, or simply data also you can take, no issues. So next what I am doing, uh, create the node. Whenever you are performing the operation, we have to create the node, new node. Node star new underscore node equals to new of node. Call the constructor node like this. So safeguard with, yeah, memory allocation. If at all no memory allocation has been done to new node, if at all no memory allocation has been done to new node, then what we have to print, cout of heap overflow. It is not something memory overflow, sorry, stack overflow. It is a memory overflow. So heap overflow, heap overflow. So print this message, and okay, just to have a separation, and return from here itself. Don't go beyond, return from here itself. Okay, you can call exit function as well as return keyword. Both the things are very same, exactly same. Return will don't stop your entire program. It will simply return from here to the main function, but exit, it will stop your entire program. That difference you have to understand. Okay, if you want, you can search on these two functions. Okay, return keyword as well as the exit function. Okay, this is something in case of memory overflow. No, if memory overflow, if there is no memory overflow, what we have to do, okay, assign new node of data equals to new data. The reason for taking this parameter as new data is because already we have data inside our node. So if I take data only here also, then you will get confused. So that is the reason why I have taken the identifier as new node over here, to have the differentiation. So next what we have to do, new node of next equals to top. Whatever top is holding, that same thing we have to push, we have to put inside new nodes next, that as top. Then make the top as new node, top as new underscore node. That's it. This is my push operation. This is my push operation, and step by step we will check whether this will work or not. Okay, this will work or not. So I have to write the driver function, that is my main function, int main of void, and here I will write that function. So first what I have to do, call the, because already your top is null, so already the stack is empty. So call the function, what function? Push function. Push of some 10. Okay, I'm pushing 10 value, then display function also I have to write. Otherwise, how come you are going to see, isn't it? So void display of top. Okay, from the top only we are going to display all the elements. So what I have to do, yeah, first you check whether stack is empty or not. If at all top, because if the stack is empty, we cannot display any elements from the stack. Okay, if the top is equals to null, if this is the case, what we have to do, cout of stack is empty. Stack is empty. So endl. Okay, then return from here only. Return from here only. If the stack is not empty, then what we have to do, take a temporary pointer, node star temp equals to top. Okay, from the top we have to move and we have to print all the elements till your temp will become null. So while temp not equals to null, while temp not equals to null, here we have to take capitals, null, what we have to do, simply move and print all the things. Okay, so C out of what we do, C out of, okay, temp of uh, data, C out of temp of data, and we have to print this special symbol as well, isn't it? We have to print this special symbol just to have the different, I mean, just to have the links between the elements. Okay, so like this you print. Then what we have to do, yeah, close this one uh, and make temp equals to temp of next, temp of next, that's it. So like this. So once you come out of that loop, yeah, check again if at all, yeah, no need of this one. As you are printing the entire list, here the temp will become null only, because when the temp becomes null only, when the temp becomes null, then only this condition will get failed, and then only the counter will come over here. So simply take another statement, C out of C out of, simply print this one like this, because that it will print, that it will print, and before coming out of, you will have that one, so like this, null, that's it. Okay, just to have that end termination point in your singly linked, I mean in your stack, I'm printing this one. Okay, give the name to it, so stack SLL, stack using singly linked list dot cpp. Okay, save this program, program got saved, and I'm performing the push operation, then I'm performing the display of, yeah, we have to pass the top, right, because over there we are receiving the top, so like this we will not receive. So if at all, here we have to take it as temp, because top will not give, because we should not change the top, right? So here temp, and here this creation is not required. Okay, whatever we are passing, that itself become the temp, because it is actual parameter and it is a formal parameter. Sorry, here this is node star, the type of this temp must be node star. Okay, node star temp. So here what we pass top. Okay, so this top will get copied inside this temp, and from here, if temp if temp equals to null, then stack is empty. If temp not equals to null, while temp not equals to null, we have to run this loop and we have to print all the elements from the stack. So now what I'm doing, I'm pushing only 10. So how my stack should become 10, then null. This I'm expecting. This I'm expecting on the output screen. So this display function, what it will do, basically it will do the display only. Display only. So save this one. Program already saved. Compile. Maybe there are errors. No errors. So again, execute, run. So as you can see, we got this one 10 to null. Okay, so we pushed only 10 elements, so I got 10, after that null, like this. Okay, so then what we have to do, yeah, push one more element just to see whether it will work or not. Control C, push one more element. I am pushing one more element. So yeah, now I am pushing some 15. 15 I am pushing. So any value you can push, in any integer value you can push. So because push operation will take only integers, as you can see, int new data. So now go and check, compile, compilation successful, and go and see the execution. Yeah, second element also got pushed, isn't it? See, as you can see, whatever elements we are pushing, they are adding. Yeah, just to have the separation, we have to take here C out and L. That I am forgetting. C out of and L. This I am forgetting every time. Okay, so between the display operations we have to have this endl. This thing is not required, it's a keyword. Okay, save it, execute, compile, compilation successful, and then you see run. See all the elements, because every time your top is going to point this element only. Okay, your top is going to point 10, so we have inserted 15 at top only. Okay, previously when we have seen the singly linked list, when we are added first, we are doing like this only. So this is something like added first operation. Always you have to perform added first. Push in the sense added first only. Okay, so like this all the elements will be added into your singly linked list. Sorry, into your stack. Push one more element, control C. Okay, so now when I am pushing this third element 25, where it has to be added, or 20, where it has to be added, it has to be added, yeah, after pushing this one, yeah, my stack will become like this, isn't it? 15 10, like this it will become. So now I have my stack something like this, 15 10, and I'm adding 20, where it has to be added. Yeah, because my top, when I'm having elements like this, my top will be here, isn't it? My top will be pointing to 15. So whatever I am inserting, whatever I am pushing 20, that 20 has to be pushed at the top of the stack only. So this 20 will come before this 15. So 20 will come like this, 20 15 10. So quickly save this and go and check. Compile, successfully compiled, then execute. See this one, 20 15 10, like this. So next what we have to do, yeah, after push, then I will implement the pop, but inside pop, as we are going to use is empty, isn't it? So that is empty I will write first. Okay, boolean of is empty of, it will not take anything. So simply what we have to do, return uh, top equals to null. Only this much we have to write. So if at all your top will become null, because top is globally declared. Okay, if there is no change to the top, when you are calling this function, when you call this function, if there is no change to the top, top will become null and this function will return empty. But if there are changes to the to this call, to this is empty call, to this top call, then it will return false. Only this much you have to write inside this function, the smallest function so far, isn't it? So next what we have to do, write the pop function. So what will be the return type? Yeah, your pop, generally it is going to return whatever element it is deleting, whatever element it is deleting, or you can write, in short, you can write void only, void of pop. Okay, so it will simply remove that element, void of pop, because anyhow we are displaying now whatever element it is removing, that also we need to print, but if you want you can print. Okay, or else I will do like this, whatever element it is popping now, that popped elements from the function only I will print. You will see that one. So next what I have to do, first I have to check whether the stack is empty or not. If at all my top is equals to null, if at all my top is equals to null, then what I have to do, cout stack is empty, stack is empty, like this I have to print and close this one. Here you have one \n just to have the separation, or you can even put like this, endl, like this, no issues. Then if the stack is full, then return from here itself, don't do anything. So if the stack is not empty, then take one temporary pointer, make it as top, and push the step, push this top one step ahead, top equals to top of next, top of next. Okay, next what we have to do, free this temp, free this temp, that's it. So yeah, before freeing up this temp, whatever element you are freeing up now, cout, that you print, cout, here you put endl. Okay, popped, first you print the element. How we print the element? Temp of data, temp of data, and here you put that statement, popped. Okay, yeah, whatever element we have taken, whenever you are calling that pop function, so what we are doing, we are removing, simply we are deleting the top of the stack element. Okay, so that first element we have to we are popping from the stack. So here cout endln will give the new line, and temp of data, before deleting that temporary pointer we are printing the data part of that temporary pointer, and we are printing this message that this particular data part has been popped. So quickly we go and we see. So have, yeah, call that function. So cout endl, then display of, yeah, before display I have to pop, isn't it? Simply call this pop function. So what this will do, it will pop the top of the stack. What top of the stack we have? At the top of the stack we have this 20, we have at the top of the stack, so this 20 will get popped, isn't it? This 20 will get popped, so we will get 15 of 10 of null, like this will get. Okay, and this is my display. But before this, when you are calling this function, it will also give a message that 20 has been popped. 20 popped, like this also it will give. Okay, by calling this pop function we are popping 20, isn't it? So 20 popped, then you will get this line. Then you will get this line. Quickly go and see. Yeah, it is free. Yeah, stdlib I have to add. So that I am doing now. Hash include stdlib.h, because this free function, it is not there in your IO stream, it is there in your stdlib. So that error I have cleared. Okay, again it is giving standard library.h, correct only, right? What error? So expected, here I forgot to put the semicolon as well. Okay, display function, we don't have display. Too few arguments. Yes, whenever you are calling the display you have to pass the top. Save it, compile, yeah, done, then run. See, I think we have to put this endl properly. Here I put, na, I kept endl, here also we kept endl. Okay, then wait, where it is giving that error? It is not giving any error, but it is not printing properly, that's it. Cout of, so after printing, yeah, because inside this push function also we have one, yeah, this popped. After popped also we have to put one \n. Okay, so like this particular thing is not required. Basically if you put this endl from the beginning to the end, you will get properly endl, that's it. Okay, so now execute, compile, successfully compiled. Yes, go run. Now you can see. Yeah, this 20 popped. So 15, 10 null we are getting. 10 null, then we have inserted, then we have pushed 15. So 15, 10 null, then we have pushed 20. So 20, 15 null. So all operations we are performing at this same side only, at the first of the singly linked list. That is nothing but at the top of your stack. Okay, then we popped, when we performed the pop operation, simply we perform pop. We didn't said anything. We didn't say to pop this value or that value. Simply we performed pop. So it is popping the 20. So 20 got popped, then we have 15, 10, then null. So like this. Okay, hopefully you understood. So the next thing, peak operation, isn't it? Only that thing is left, or something else is also left? Quickly go and see. Implementation of queue. Yeah, I think we have to see this in tomorrow's class, implementation of queue. So this push operation, pop operation, peak operation, isempty, and display. So in this, push we have done, pop we have done, isempty we have done, display we have done, peak is left over. So quickly I will write the code for that peak. And one more small correction, before this pop I need some space, so that we'll get space here also in the output. See this uh, whatever editing I'm doing, based on the output only we have to do. Okay, how we are getting the output and how we have to modify based on the output only I'm doing. Okay, so it is nowhere related to your coding part. It is something like what we call representation skills, how we are representing the output, giving that space, using this arrow mark. All these things are not required. How we are representing the output, it also matters. That is the reason why I am adding some extra lines of code and extra what we call characters of code into my C++, okay, into my implementation. So you all, it is better if you also follow the same thing, because ultimately end of the day when you give the output, it is not for your purpose, isn't it? You will represent that output to the client. So how the client will accept that output, it is also an important thing. How you do the deployment of your project, it is also an important thing. If your output is not proper, if it is if the output is not coming properly in an ordered manner, it is clumsy, it is having even though the output is correct, but the representation is not accurate, representation is not good, it is of no use. In my point of view, it is of no use. So always try to represent the output in a proper manner. Habituate yourself in order to represent the output in a proper manner. Okay, then only it will have some meaning. Hope you understood. So I now, after doing this correction, I will go and I will do that peak function over here. So peak, what it will do, it will simply return the top of the stack. So that I am doing over here. So return, so int peak off, int peak off. So as we don't have to change anything, simply we have to check whether the stack is empty or not. If at all my top equals to null, if my top is null, immediately what we have to do, cout of stack is empty, stack is empty. Okay, so after this endl semicolon, so then return like this. So next, if the stack is not empty, we have to peek the element. Okay, so return top of data, that's it. Return top of data, that's it, only this much. So quickly save it. So quickly we see whether the peak will do the job or not. So now what element we have at the top of the stack? 15 we have at the top of the stack. So when you call that peak function, it has to print that one, cout of endl. Okay, then cout of peak. Okay, cout of peak. uh, what element we are peaking, that element also we have to print now. So simply call that peak function, peak, like this. Good. Then display. No need of display, the peak itself displays that one, isn't it? So no need of display over here. So directly compile what it is saying. Acha, this is int function na. So if the stack is empty and you are returning without any value, return 0 also we can say, but that 0 will come on the output screen. Okay, that should not be the case. So here inside the code I have simply, because the return type of this peak function, okay, if you are printing the value from the peak function, then no need of that return type. But yeah, or else we do like this, we'll make this as void only and we'll print the value from here only. Okay, uh, return, and here instead of return simply put cout of. That's it. So like this also we can do cout of top of data. So if you, when you call this function over here, so peaked value will be printed, and over here it will print, or it will print like a new line. I don't know, we'll see. I think we'll get an error. Yes, here we get error. We cannot call this function as part of this one. So here you remove cout. So simply put call the function peak off. That's it, peak off. And here inside peak you put endl and take yeah, this, it has to come like this only, endl, yeah, here peaked value like this you can, or simply peaked. Okay, and here you have to put this one. So like this you can. So now you see will not get any error, hopefully. So no error. So before performing this peak, my stack was this one, 15, 10 and null. My top of the stack is 15. So when you are performing this peak, you have to get inside your output something like this. Peaked. What value we peaked? 15. You have to get like this. So quickly go and see whether we are getting the same thing. Okay, peaked 15 we are getting, because top of the stack is pointing to 15, so peaked 15. So before this, do one thing. After popping, you just remove this pop, remove this 20 pop. So my stack will be like this. So when you peak, what you get, you have to get 20 now, isn't it? So simply save it and go and check. See, because my top of the stack is 20, so I'm getting peaked as 20. Okay, hopefully you understood this stack implementation using singly linked list, and we have implemented almost all the functions. That is, and it is very simple code, only 85 lines. It is very simple code. The function wise, you have to remember the code, the class declaration, then push function, what we are doing, display function, what we are doing, isempty function, pop function. Like this you have to remember small modules. It is very better. Okay, for understanding it is very easy. Hopefully you understood. So in my next video I will explain the queue implementation. Okay, queue implementation using singly linked list, that we see in my next video, hopefully. Thank you very much, students.